I think Bigatron has a huge advantage here.
Exactly, and even looking at the counter index, it looks like Bigatron is up a few points. But here it is, ladies and gentlemen, as we enter the Land of Dawn for the first game of week number 2, day number 2. It's the Dragons and the Robots who will come out on top in game number 1.
The young robot in his first match, in his debut, already up against Aran and the best Cho of all time, G.
That's a huge title, man. Best Cho of all time. I do wonder, especially in the mid lane though, how is this gonna play out? Because, ooh, there you go. That's the Kufra, extra crowd control plus a Vexana kind of combo. It's very lethal and dangerous in the mid lane, but Cho can provide more wave clear, and so can a Novaria. So I think there's gonna be a lot of back and forth when it comes to that mid trio before both teams just try and rotate and try and dictate the balance in the side lanes or in the jungle.
So we'll see here, already rotation.
Shield Unity on Super Can, very low key. Gets a Time's Revenge as Yaoi tries to jump in with a G Kundo and a Shun Boom. Does go for it, but will not be able to connect on that G Kundo. Key got that bouncing ball off before the dashes.
I have a question here though, Arashi. It looks like both of these mages have not opted to go for Purify, despite the CC coming in from both of the teams.
Especially for Bigatron Alpha, I believe Moreno finds it pretty simple. If he gets jumped on, he's gonna be playing so far back behind all these tanky frontliners that they can counter-engage and punish any kind of over-aggression. And he can also preemptively cast the Eternal Guard before the engage gets near him. So he's actually relatively safe, unless there's anything too crazy, and there's no real big AoE coming in from Aura. For Yehezkiel, I think the mindset is quite similar. He is super long range, and he's not willing to really put himself in any position. So it's definitely more difficult to guarantee safety for Yehezkiel, but you know, he's that confident in his execution.
Yeah, let's see if the confidence pays off though. We can already see a rotation coming up, down in the top side. Lord JM actually. He's getting chunked quite low, but you can see here now Gugun, number 1 in terms of objective take. Can he take this against Bigatron?
Yaoi's getting low. Still able to get out. G Kundo as well gets a Chunpu reset to disengage, but that will mean that Aura will have to give a bit of prio back to BTR. Lord JM knows where Aran is, knows of this lingering threat with Aran there. Shield Unity going to be used up, over with the penalty zone, locking him down. It's Gugun who wins out the rectory battle, but in the team fight, Bigatron are taking it. Yaoi with a flicker G Kundo on the way to Dragon, over to Super Ken, locking him down, but no follow-up next. Oh, Yehezkiel tried to predict Super Ken's movement. Who won that trade? Kill for Turtle.
I think Bigatron Alpha definitely win it. They did trade out Key, not Key, sorry. They did get the kill to punish, but Gugun once again showing that he can match up even against Super Ken in the neutral objective contest. Looking at the talent prediction by Samsung Galaxy though, you're seeing the usual coming from Mirko, to say the least.
The usual. Well, you looking at me, Eterna?
No reason.
Okay. I see you've also tried to curse your team.
Wow, dude.
Anyway,
back to the point.
The young dragon was a level below of Super Ken, and he was still able to get that retribution. How?
I think at this point some people are chalking it up to luck, but I think as a team, everyone from Aura went in at the right time as well, despite the fact that, I mean, Lord GM tried to actually go with the penalty zone at the right moment, but hey, Gugun now, danger zone.
Good Terrify earlier, the Abyssum Strike though connects right with the Eternal Guard and knocks him up. Now it's going to be Key with Tyrant's Rage. Kabuki able to dodge away from it. Gugun still in the midst of it all as Key pops into Tyrant's Revenge to back off. Gugun very low, Iman doing a lot of damage. 2-0 lead now for BTR as Iman continues to bully. Goes in. Kabuki, no Purify.
Kabuki?
He used it already. No kill for Iman. They're able to disengage. Aran has rotated with Yehezkiel down below. Kabuki will recall, and this will give a whole lot of tempo to Iman.
That would have been so brutal if Kabuki got taken down earlier on. I mean, Bigatron already has a 600 gold lead. With Iman picking up this Has Clause, is there any significance to that?
Well, that means that he can stay in lane a lot longer, right? He doesn't have to care too much about the small trading engages that Kabuki will try and use on that carry, but look at that, whoa!
Amazing way the Dragon play onto the Roamer. Even Gugun jumping in with Shield Unity. This might be bad for Gugun. Oh, Aran jumps in. Abyssum Strike and Eternal Guard onto 3 members. Gugun very low, gets caught in the Curse Blast, and again Yaoi gets out, but it's a double kill for Moreno.
That was insane, man. The fact that Aura were able to get some kind of advantage play, trying to set up for the spawning turtle, but then they go too deep near the turret, and they clump together against Vexana. And you're seeing again the Curse Blast, the passive also applied, leading to Moreno just getting 2 kills right there in one fell swoop. He's going for the glowing wand for more damage very, very early on. He went with the Impure Rage, so he doesn't really have the same kind of mana issues if he went for something like a Lethal Ignition. And that's really paying off in his mana usage and in his contest of control in the lane control in the mid lane.
I want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that decision that they made in the mid lane earlier on resulted eventually to a 2,000 gold lead now for Bigatron in the first 6 minutes of the game, as they were able to utilize that 2-1 trade to get the objective and ultimately get the turret in the bottom lane. That's not the best decision made by Aura.
I think a very weird decision for Gugun. Something uncharacteristic so far.
Usually we see him a bit more objective-minded, but right there, again, going under the turret was something I wasn't expecting, especially against Vexana, because we've seen a lot of assassins and tanks alike go under the turret against Vexana. It never ends well. There's just way too much crowd control, and when you're terrified, you can't really make anything happen. So I think it's just something that they should really avoid here.
Counter Revenge and the Rage, but the Shield Unity is there onto the back of Mon. Sliding tackle, trying to get out of here, but Key gets knocked out, and Gugun picks up a kill too. And Mon and Key taken out.
Man, that was a good trade, right, for Aura? I mean, now that's a 1,000 gold lead, so that entire thing made the difference, and Yaoi goes in again?
Superchan has a lot of sustain though. He's a very tanky Dairoth.
Play utility for sure, but you're seeing again, Aura, very single target heavy here, especially in that mid lane. The air skill can provide a lot of damage, but not in rapid fashion. So that is something that Aura needs to try and do, right? Maybe get some control with the Pakiro first, and then go for these fights that can really surprise Bigatron, instead of going for a proper setup like this, because this really, I think, favors Bigatron, and Key knows it. He's waiting for a chance.
Yaoi has the way. The Dragon jumps into the back right there with a flicker. Yaoi gonna be taken low. Tire's Rage knocks him out. Amon in the midst of it all, jumped on by Oran. He goes over the knockout strike, a sliding tackle in the last moment, and Oran will be able to get Key, but Amon picks up the kill. Meanwhile, the Turtle did go to Bigatron Alpha with Lord JM zoning the back line.
So that's a 2-for-2 trade, but Bigatron get the Turtle. Who was it worth it for?
Well, they get a turtle, but if you look at the gold swing, actually, Aura has managed to close down that gold gap even more right here. But Bigatron, again, don't stay still. They immediately go for more objectives. The fact that Aura was able to actually kind of get a somewhat even trade was impressive enough to me. And that's because Yaoi just really pulled the trigger, made the first move right there, even though Bigatron has more tools available to do so.
But that's the problem, right? Bigatron has so many tools available towards them right now, but Yaoi goes in.
Jikundo into the Way of Dragon. That's Yaoi who picks up the kill. Another pick for the Cho.
And that's a no Purify diff.
I was about to say, should have taken Purify if you don't want that to happen. But Moreno will definitely, quote-unquote, learn from this experience. He'll be playing further back right now, because at this point, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, this is where teams can really start grouping together. That's exactly what Bigatron wants. So I think they have to set up on the opposite side of the neutral objective and maybe try and hunt Aran down before he becomes that big of a problem.
Yeah, it looks like he's pushing already in the bottom side here, looking to create space. Would you say that Bigatron has a better teamfight composition? And if that's the case, do Aura Fire want to split things up a little bit more? Not make it a little bit more chaotic for Bigatron?
I think Aura definitely has more single target. They have more ways to be annoying. A lot of their heroes can really escape from sticky situation. And Gugun can be so many places at the same time due to the shield unity. So I think mobility is definitely in favor of Aura. So this is the matchup we're looking at. Pure power, pure strength, pure crowd control and tankiness against the mobility, the flanks coming in from Aura. So Bigatron, they have to try and get eyes on their backs. But
Away the Dragon under the turret, a full dive from 3 members of Aura. Lord JM gets out though, and the Lord is up top. They're going for it. Gugun, shield unity, buying a lot of time, jumps back in to the midst of it all as Gugun pops into Torsen Poissons. Now Yaoi in the back, tries to go for the Jikundo, unable to find it. Gugun now going to be shredded down by Iman as he rotates faster. And now it's Yaoi who's looking for a very, very tough call to go for it. He gets taken out by Iman as he picks up a double kill. Even a run. The call in the bottom lane did not work out, and BTR capitalize.
that is not what you would expect. Usually Aura are the ones who wait for the moment, pull Bigatron away. But the fact that they went for a two-man commit, trying to out-mind game, outmaneuver Bigatron, that was just not the way to go. They did not get the Terizla, and they were unable to get to the Lord on time. They were the ones scrambling to enter the zone, and when that happens, even the likes of Gugun cannot save the situation.
Feels like it was a missed call here by Aura. They're giving up a 4K gold lead now to Bigatron, and you know what Bigatron can do with a small lead. They can snowball. If Aura keep making these decisions that eventually don't pay off, I don't see a way that they can go for it. But look at this, Bigatron already with the conceal. Is Key looking for a play here?
Just charging that Tyrant's Revenge. He actually finds Gugun. Let's go for a rage. He does it in the end with a shred of the physical defense as well. Iman's still free hitting in the back. Now he's very low. Still able to get at least a trade back, and it's Key and Lord JM who fall. So 2-1 in favor of Aura.
A bit over-aggressive from Bigatron right there. They're trying to siege, but there wasn't really any requirement to go for a pickoff right there. And they even go on Gugun, one of the tankier members. If you look at his itemizations, he is absolutely recognizing the fact that Eman on the Bruno has been snowballing, has a huge gold advantage. He went for the blade armor, but if you look at his items, the endless battle as well will help with the true damage, and he also has a Wind of Nature available for even more sustain in the middle of these big fights, but also the physical damage immunity, especially when Aran tries to come in with the plays, with the flicker on the Paquito.
But why go for Bloodlust? What makes this particular game
Endless, you mean?
special? Endless, sorry.
Endless battle.
Why go for that in particular for this game?
Well, against a lot of the core tankier members, I think it's still a pretty good item for sure. More burst damage when they want to try and match the pickoff potential. But even then, the more sustain and the easiness to proc it, because you can use it, you can proc that item twice with the first skill. So I think that is something that can be utilized really well for a Bruno.
I see. Now here we are, ladies and gentlemen, 12 minutes in of this first game. The battle between the Reds, the Red Robots, and the Red Dragons. You can already see here Key looking to charge. He actually gets it!
There's a good steal from Yaoi though. A possible reinitiation as the Tyrant Rage goes into the back line right now as the penalty zone zones him away. A good purify from Iman, still able to kite back forward now. He picks up the Unstoppables. Kabuki does the same thing, but only to the Eternal Guard as Moreno now goes onto Gugun, forces him back very, very low. They only lose Yaoi for Key. Two roamers traded back and forth.
Oh, that could have ended even worse. But yes, that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade here between both of the roamers, with Moreno being very aggressive earlier on with that flicker forward. He actually nearly took Gugun down, and that would have been a completely different story around this Lord.
It would have been very valuable for tempo for Bigatron to force Aura for a Lord fight without the jungler, but now Gugun might do it again.
There's a level behind, penalty zone, lock him down with the Cursed Blast and Eternal Girdle! Almost Yehezkiel got the steal. Aran now still trying to desperately run away, but Moreno gets him with the final proc of that passive. It's 2-4-0 plus the Lord in hand. Super Ken with the on-point retribution.
Bigatron just taking full control right there. Now with the Lord, trying to find more plays as Key is charging up. He finds it!
The Tyrant finds Yehezkiel, and even then, Super Ken jumps in with Iman, getting the fadeaway kill and a question mark emote. With three members down, no Aran, no Gugun, no Yehezkiel. How will they defend? Key jumps in, Tyrant's Revenge over to Yaoi, who's still able to get out with Jikundo. Now on the top side, there are minions coming down. Iman looking to go for Shred. And the penalty zone locks Gugun again. Iman slide tackling forward to get the godlike. Yaoi, Jikundo into the midst of it all once again with the way to Dragon defensively used up. The Eternal Guard will slash through. It's a triple kill for Iman. Make it a Maniac for Iman. He gets a Savage in the first week and a Maniac in the third.
GGWP, Bigatron take game number 1.